Mark Cuban has accomplished an enormous amount of beneficial things in his young life. He's obviously very perceptive, very bright, and I'm just curious about what he thinks concerning the media coverage or cover up of some very important things by the government of the United States. And I'm not looking for funds. What I'm looking for is for him to consider what I want to talk about as far as the media is concerned. This is a book that I wrote, and I'm writing another book. And when I contacted a couple of literary agents, because it was very negative concerning the media cover-ups that I'm writing about, or misinformation or outright lies, they rejected it immediately. So there's no venue that I can actually expect to get for the book I'm writing. And the question I ponder is, if a really bright guy like Mark Cuban would consider these facts. Here's a couple of facts. There's an incredible tendency for Americans to jump into conspiracies. The Sandusky Penn State rape case is a very good example, and it's not unusual, where this guy, Mike McQueary, the coach, actually watched Sandusky rape this kid and never tried to stop him. And nobody seemed to think much about that. And they covered it up. He conspired with Joe Paterno, who conspired with the athletic director, who conspired with the president of the university. They were then fired. Paterno died, and they've been indicted. So is this some unique thing? No, it isn't, actually. Now, I want to point out a story that is so spectacular that people just don't want to hear. And this is just these are facts. This is not opinions. We know that the two planes hit the two towers on 9/11, and about an hour later, both of those towers collapsed. Then, that was at about 10 o'clock in the morning. At 5:30, 7.5 hours later, Building 7, a 47-story building that nothing hit, collapsed. But for some incredible reason, the media didn't cover it at all. I didn't find out about it for 6 years, which made me curious. I think anybody that wouldn't be curious about learning something like that wasn't covered at all by the media. It'd be kind of foolish. So, you see, this is the issue that I want to raise. The other day, Monday, the 13th, I was listening to the Jon Stewart show, and he started talking about a water contamination where 300,000 people in West Virginia were unable to not only drink the water, they couldn't even take a shower in the water for 5 days. Nothing was mentioned on the media. And why is that? Because they're covering up the coal industry. Now, is that what we want? Do we want to get poisoned and cover up an industry that's poisoning us, and the government is going along with it, and the media isn't informing anybody about it? That sounds crazy. That is crazy. It's self-destructive. So the issue that I want to raise is that since I can't expect ABC to put me on a show when I'm going to condemn the media, including them. So what I'm suggesting here for this program is that Mark Cuban go to the executives at ABC and explain to them that if they would come clean about these conspiracies that they are obviously involved in, okay? You don't think that it's coincidental that every single writer and reporter and editor and producer that was at the World Trade Center that saw this building come crashing down at 5:30, did they independently, coincidentally not report it? That's ridiculous. They had to conspire to not report it. Okay? I mean, why wouldn't one of them report it? You see? If they didn't all conspire. Just like this Sandusky thing. Why didn't one of them just say, hey, I'm calling the police. This guy's going to get busted. We're taking him out of here. We don't need this guy raping a kid in the shower at Penn State. That's ridiculous. This book here, this book talks about the Supreme Court of the United States in the Second Circuit and what happened in a case that I was involved in, where they literally rigged a jury and all kinds of stuff. You can't even imagine what happened here, you see. So, like I said, I really would like to write this book. It wouldn't make any sense writing it. I could self-publish it and sell no copies, you know. In other words, if I can't get this thing through some venue like ABC, because who's gonna allow me to condemn them as part of a conspiracy? Nobody, you see. So this is all self-destructive. And the point is that if ABC would come clean, if Mark Cuban convinced them to come clean on this conspiracy that they're involved in all the time, it's not just occasionally, then they would get the business. People would rely on ABC. Okay, they would go to ABC for news. Their audience would skyrocket. Their ad revenues would skyrocket. And that's the business deal that I'm coming to you about. It's not for money. I don't need any money. Okay? What I need is an honest venue to be able to discuss my book with reporters, with just like this guy Gates that wrote this book about Obama and about the wars and so on. You know, he's all over the TV pumping out his book. I don't know who would believe this guy, but I certainly wouldn't. And this whole government is just a complete corruption. And wonder what a guy like Mark Cuban, who's so bright, what does he think about this? Or is it like, well, hey, I'm doing great. I don't know. He seems like he has integrity. He seems like he's more than just he made a ton of money, okay? He's living the good life. But does he care at all about society? Does he care that, okay, these people that are looking for funds, if the economy stinks, what good is it? What good will it be? You know? So that's what I hope Mark Cuban considers. Thank you very much.